Oh, okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This evening's presentation by the Durham Region Branch. This is our agenda for tonight's meeting. We'll have a few announcements and a little bit of news. We'll have our main speaker, exploringfamilysearch.org by Michelle Janot. We'll mention our upcoming meetings, and if there's time at the very end, we'll have a little chat. Whoop, I think I went too far. Nope. Okay, Durham Region Branch acknowledges the lands and peoples of the Mississaugas of Skugog Island First Nation, the Chippewas of Georgina Island First Nation, and a large Métis community. We recognize the lands on which we gather are covered under the Williams Treaties and rest within the traditional territory of the Mississaugas, a branch of the Anishinaabeg Nation. We honor, recognize, and respect these nations as the traditional stewards of the lands and waters on which we meet. Oh, and there we go. Okay, just a couple of upcoming meetings. This one is by your society, the Ontario Ancestors, on the 5th of January at 7 p.m., entitled Maple Leaves, Stars and Stripes with Linda Corrupt. This is part of the Ontario Ancestors 2023 webinar series. This one will be followed in February. Oh no, sorry, that one was taken out. This is local news from the Quinte branch. This is some of the meetings they have coming up. In January 21st, they'll have a talk on land from a genealogy perspective. In February, they have one on religion. What's that got to do with the rebellion? And in March, they have a meeting on Peter Robinson settlers. These are all going to be Zoom meetings. Go to the quinte.ogs.on.ca website to register. We just wanted to announce another new publication from the Durham Region Branch. We have put 11 small cemeteries together into one publication. And funny enough, we're calling it 11 Small Pickering Cemeteries. It's for the Pickering Township area of Ontario, Old Ontario County. So if you're interested in small ones, the miscellaneous stones, here's a publication for you. And now we're right on to our main presentation, Exploring Family Search, by Michelle Janot of the Genealogy Ties to the Past YouTube channel. Michelle Janot became interested in family history as a teenager, growing up in North Vancouver, British Columbia. Discovering that her grandmother was born in Constantinople, Turkey, ignited a lifelong passion to find out more about her ancestors. Michelle's 24 years in various information technology roles, which included technical writer, and an additional 20 years as a private tutor, have given her a broad range of skills. In addition to her personal research, Michelle runs a one-name study focusing on the Renton surname. Take it away, Michelle, for coming. I'm just going to mention now about affiliate libraries, because we actually have 3 of them in the area. We have the Oshawa Library, main branch, does act as an affiliate library for FamilySearch.org, as does the Whitby Library main branch and the Uxbridge Library main branch. So they are all places you can go to access a lot of these records that are usually locked. It does not unlock them all, but it will unlock quite a few of them for you. And of course, we have our own LDS Family History Center here in Oshawa on Rosslyn Road. To be honest, I'm not sure if they're open yet. I know they were working towards it, but I honestly don't remember if it's actually physically back open after the shutting down for COVID. Somebody can hopefully correct me on that one. So
I find the response time for lookup requests is so fast that I've tended to, instead of traveling into Vancouver, which for me is probably about an hour commute, a lot of times I will do a lookup request and get them to send me the image, because I'll just get the information from the transcript either on the Family Search website or on Find My Past or Ancestry. And if necessary, just look up the film that would cover that range of records. So between affiliate libraries and the lookup service, I find it's really helped advance research efforts.
Oh, certainly, yes. Well, that's a great idea, especially with the price of gas nowadays.
Yes.
And I think you've got about the most expensive gas going across Canada, if I remember correctly.
Probably.
Yeah, to make it even worse.
Well, I will go and let you continue with your meeting, but thank you again.
Well, and thanks for coming and giving us all this knowledge about the LDS website, because I know we can put it to good use. Take care
Okay.
now. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye now. Okay, just a little quick note here about our upcoming meetings. The 7th of February, we'll be doing Family Tree Research in Your Pajamas by Ken McKinley. Fortunately, dressed into a suit for his picture down in the corner there. On the 7th of March, David Craig's Diary, Voyage, Muddy York, and the Founding of Greenbank by Barbara Dixon, excuse me. And there is a book out there called The Craigs of Greenbank, which will give you a little bit of an introduction to what the talk is going to be about. And our April meeting, we're hoping to have a Breaking Down Brick Walls meeting. This is your opportunity to send in your Durham region brick wall for our April meeting. We want it in ahead of time if possible, because we can take a look at it, hopefully figure out some clues to knocking down that brick wall, or at least putting a dent in it. So you can send your brick wall puzzle to myself, Stephen, at durhamresearch@ogs.on.ca. There are no guarantees, of course, but we're willing to take a crack at it. As other upcoming meetings, our DNA Special Interest Group will be meeting January the 18th at 7 p.m. It is a closed meeting, so we do have to have your name ahead of time to put on the list to send out the invitation. So you can email durhamchair@ogs.on.ca to get on the list, or well, I suppose you could send it to durhamresearch@ogs.on.ca too, if you would like to be included. We have no specific format for the January meeting, but there are a couple of new things that have been introduced that are quite interesting in the field of DNA research, and we'll probably talk about some of them. We are also trying to open up the research room, which was located in the Northminster United Church, 676 Simcoe Street North in Oshawa. We are normally open the second and third Fridays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., but it is by appointment only at the moment, as we are trying to keep the numbers down. And also, quite often the door is locked, so we have to know you're coming to make sure we can let you in. So you can contact me, Steve Wood, at durhamresearch@ogs.on.ca. Now, the second Friday of January will not be available, unfortunately, but hopefully the third one will be. But if Fridays are not suitable and you need a different day, you can also contact me at Durham Research, and we can try and set something else up. It's just Friday mornings, the parking lot tends to be empty, and we don't have to fight for parking spaces or anything else. So that's why we've picked those. Okay, we also have Durham Branch's virtual social and research drop-in on the 4th Thursday of each month, starting at 11 a.m., runs 11 to 12. You can register for this. January 26th will be our next one. See our website or send an email to us to be able to get the registration link. It's kind of just a drop in now. We're looking up research items for people, or at least to be able to tell you if we have material for a certain type of research, or if you have a question about general research, or even about researching in the Durham region area, or even DNA. We try and field a few questions on the DNA aspect of genealogy too. So the next meeting will be January the 26th. And there's a list of all our contact information. We have a Facebook group, YouTube channel, blog, and let's see now. Any questions can go to durham@ogs.on.ca, and our website, of course, durham.ogs.on.ca. And I believe that is about it. If anyone has any questions, we can do a quick Q&A right at the end of this if you'd like. And otherwise, that's pretty much it. There's those addresses again. And I will now stop screen sharing. And we'll see if anyone has any questions here. And is anybody out there? It's all
Hi,
quiet.
Steve. I did allow them to unmute, so they can unmute if they do have any questions. And sorry for my dog barking.
Okay, thank you, Kim. And thanks, while I think of it, thank you very much for running the background of this Zoom meeting. And we really appreciate all your help on this.
Thank you.
very
It
much.
was fun. It was a great presentation.
It was terrific. Yeah. Okay, now does anyone have anything they'd like to say or ask or anything along that line? You can unmute yourself and fire away.
How do I find the recording for this meeting? I'm looking on it. How do I find it?
Kim, can you field that?
The recording for this particular meeting won't be available probably for a few days until it gets edited, but it's on YouTube. If you're talking about
I understood though we were going to be able, there was a printed version.
You mean the handout?
The handout.
Oh, I can I'll send it to you in the chat, or it's also there's a link on the main page of the Durham branch website that you can access it.
So durham.ogs.on.ca.
Okay. Well, can you send it to? Can you send it to me then, please?
Yeah, I'm just putting it in. I'm just going to put it in the chat for you right now, sent directly to you. So if you look at your chat, you should be able to see it.
Just click on the link and it will download to your computer, Bob.
Okay.
Robert?
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
The YouTube channel's right at the end of that handout. The address for the her YouTube channel that she's got the presentation on is right at the end of the handout. I just checked.
Oh, okay. So there'll be more information in the handout as well as to where to find this recording and other recordings. And so excellent. Thank you very much.
It was a very good presentation. I really appreciated it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope we all learned a lot. She really covered a lot of ground there, and that was great. Is there anyone else who has a question? No more questions? Okay. Oh, Debbie. Hello, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. Long time no see.
Long time no see. I was just wondering, all the books that we used to buy for the for our library, that were housed in the Whitby Public Library, are they all in your library that's now at the church?
Yes, they are. Plus a
They
lot
are.
more. Yeah. Yeah, we
So
have
I
a-
would be able to make an appointment to come, and I'm kind of renewing myself in my genealogy. And I would be able to come and look at those books for a refresher.
Absolutely, no problems there. In fact, the cover picture for this presentation, I believe, shows you a couple of the bookcases that we have there, but that's only scratching the surface. We've got over close to 4,000 books now. Although some of them are a little old, I'll grant you that, but
Yes.
we've got close to 4,000 books, and we have just almost completed an inventory that will be hopefully going up on the OGS website, plus our own website of our library list. It
Oh,
was
that
done
would
in
be
Excel,
amazing.
and
Yes.
it will be fully searchable in the Excel manner, which means it's not always the greatest way to search for things, but that will be available hopefully early this coming year. So
Okay, that's great. I will make an appointment at some day and come out and see you.
oh, excellent. That would be great. We'd love to see you too.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, Debbie. Anyone else? Any other questions out there? Well, I guess if there's no more questions, we will call it a day. And I thank you all for coming to the meeting, and wish you all a Happy New Year, a little belatedly. And we'll see you next month, or at the DNA meeting, or et cetera, whichever you choose, or the open office meeting at the end of the month. So lots of choices there. Thank you for.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Steve. Thank you, Steve, for filling in for Nancy, and she's off enjoying herself somewhere.
No problem. Thank you, Sheila, for covering the questions for us. And thank you for backing me up, Ann. At least my internet worked tonight for a change. So
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything.
no, that's the best kind of job, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll say good night, everyone, and thank you for coming. Good night, all.
Good night.